A very good morning to all of you. Today, a bright day. So, you are all ready for lesson 6? I hope up until here, up until lesson 5, you have been following through. That is why we are releasing these videos very at a gap so that you can follow through, you can learn, and we can progress. So, today, lesson 6. How to teach a child why. So most of the times we have seen that children will, for answering a why question, they will simply use the word because and they will add the sentence behind it instead of being able to make a connection. So, why are you sad? I am sad because, and they will think and they will say, I am sad. So, and many other times, why did the crow fly away? The crow flew away because the crow flew away. So the parent is thinking that why is the child simply because they are not able to make a cause and effect relationship, a connection. So that is why their brain is thinking and saying why, because okay, and they're repeating the same thing. So this is where we get stuck with teaching a why concept. So how do we progress forward with it? What do we do for a why concept? So here's what we do. First, we pick up the most obvious things which the kid will immediately make a connection. So let's say you take the kid to the park. So now, okay, if corona times you can't take the kid to the park, so even in the house, that's also okay. Get the kid to jump, some physical exercise, some movement, running here and there. Now the kid is tired. Get the kid to be tired, and then the kid is rushing towards water. Don't let the kid take the water immediately. You keep the bottle aside. And then first thing kid will say water. You say the full thing. So the kid will say give me water. Pani de do. Whatever in English or Hindi. Give me water. As we have discussed in the weeks gone past, in the lessons gone past, that as we have discussed in the lessons gone past, that children will say in one word, then we expect them to say in 2 words, then we expect them to say in 3 words, like this. So the kid will say pani de do or give me water. So you say why you want water? You want water because, and then you take the kid's hand and put it on the kid's, on the chest or something, like here on the self, onto the kid, and say I am thirsty. Repeat. So the kid will repeat, I am thirsty. Because pronoun reversal is also a major issue. I shall be addressing that in the intangible, when we reach the intangible video, like how to teach intangibles. There I'll be addressing that concept. So pronoun reversal is also a major problem. So you put child's hand on his chest and say, why do you want water? And immediately you repeat, you say, I am thirsty. And you say to the child, bolo, say. So the kid will say, I am thirsty. Then you repeat the question, why you want water? I am thirsty. Excellent. So there slowly you will say, I want water because I am thirsty. So this is how. So you start with extremely basic. So the one thing to be very mindful and careful about is tangible to intangible, simple to complex. So you go slowly over the levels. So tangible to intangible, simple to complex. So first you do very simple things. Then you show the lights on in the street, in the street. Okay, and then you say, see, lights are on. Say. So child will say lights are on. And then you say why? And child has no clue. And you say because it is night. So the child only gets to hear because it is night. He's still not able to make the connection. Now what you do, after you have said because it is night, you switch off your light. Okay, now kid will say light on, light on, light on. Say the full thing. So kid will say switch on the light. You say why? Because it is dark, you can't see, right? So say, Mama, I can't see. Switch on light. So then the kid will immediately get the connection. Then the kid repeats behind you, like I said in the previous videos, that please do not be bothered about teaching rote, because initially they need to learn rote. Just like you will teach ABC, there you will not look at logic. Yeah, you will teach rote, that this is called A, this is called B. Only when the kid has the ABC will the kid pick up a k and a and a t together to say cat, and a k and a and a p together to say cap, and all the various combinations. So, but if the child doesn't know the rote of ABC, will he be able to make the combinations? The answer is a no. So similarly, if the child doesn't know the basic, how do I express this? How do I say this? By putting one word behind the other, framing it into a proper perfect sentence. If the child is not able to say it like that, then there is every good reason that first you make them rote learn. Once they rote learn that, they begin to mix and match. Yeah, so another time, if you know, for example, a family has a pet, and if you have taught pani de do kyun, why do you want water, then if a kid says doggy ko pani do, give the dog water, so then you can say why, and the kid, you will see that the kid will say dog is thirsty, because the kid got that way of saying it from his own personal experience. We call it experiential connect. So you experientially connect the kid to be able to understand a simple why question, and then later on take it to a complex why question.
Necklace. Wow, can I put that to it?
Abhi.
Action.
So this is how we are going to teach why. This is about very simple. So you start very basic, very simple. Slowly you start taking it forward. Many a times we have seen that a lot of parents say that my child does not enjoy a movie, because there is so much of inferential thinking there. There is so much. Just a while ago, you know, these two people, they fought with this boy. Now he's running in anger, but the experiential connect is not there, that because of, you know, the fact that they hit him, now he's angry, he will call, you know, we see these gang war movies and all, they're all over the place, and the kid is not even interested in looking at the screen, is looking everywhere but doesn't understand what's going on, because there is no experiential connect. Obviously for something like, you know, beating up and all, we cannot have experiential connect, but also the fact that there is no cause and effect. So cause and effect being missing, the child is not understanding. They held him by the collar, they gave him a whack, now he's angry and running to find friends to get even with them. Okay, so there is so much of a concept there of people hitting somebody, somebody getting revengeful, somebody, so obviously they can't follow all that. So even at a much smaller level, they are not able to follow. Why? Because cause and effect is not established. So what you do is start showing your children 10-15 minutes of movie. Establish the cause and effect on absolutely simple things. Like the mama in the movie just said, Beta, main tere liye gift lai. Son, I got a gift for you. And the son is happy. You say, you pause it there. Okay, like if you're showing on YouTube or something, you can pause. So you can pick up any clips, any random, and you pause it. You say, see, he's happy. Why? Mama got gift. He is happy because Mama got gift. Now what he learns here, he's going to implement it when his mama gets him a gift and somebody says, why are you happy? And he will turn around and say, because Mama got gift. And then we can correct it to say because Mama got me a gift. And that's where we come to the grammatically correct sentences. So in a nutshell, it all boils down to exposure, exposure, exposure. In a bid to protect our child, what we do is we give such comforting cocoon around the kid that exposure drops down to zero. We don't talk to them on the road. See, why is this? Why is that? Why they place a tap here so that people can have water? Why is there a Sulabh Shauchalaya, a washroom here? Because people are traveling. If they want to go to washroom, they can stop the car. So we think, itna samajh aayega? We think, is the kid going to be able to understand so much? Try before assuming. And that's what brings me back to the same point from where we started. That you have to believe in your kid that this is not a handicap, this is not a disability, for Christ's sake. It is a different way of being. Every single thing that you can teach, okay, is what your kid can learn. Your teaching has to be coherent to his style of learning, which is predominantly hands-on, looking, feeling, being in the system. Okay, experiential connect is absolutely important in many things. Once we do that and we start teaching them the way they learn, then you will be surprised every single day. So on that note, please start why on practical things, and then you can move to various pictures, like I've said in my previous videos, that you can pick up pictures from your children's old, used books. So if a sibling has if you have a younger kid and that sibling has a nursery book or a KG book or something, and you got big illustrious pictures there, you cut it up and you say, why is the boy sleeping? Boy is tired. When do you sleep? When you are tired. Why is boy sleeping? Boy is tired. So start tangible, start with touch and feel. Why you want roti? I am hungry. Say. So the kid will repeat. So then next time you ask, why you want roti? I am hungry. Why you want Maggie? He will say, I am hungry. Because they will make the connection. That is how you teach the child why. So So guys, see you then with yet another video on how, where we are going to put all of these together. Until then, happy working with the child. And always remember, autistic children can. We need to learn how to teach them. May each kid win.